Hey, Casey, when you played football, did you get naked for the showers and stuff in front of men?
Of course,
man. You did?
He's the guy involved in the horseplay. This horseplay among guys like him.
You like to be naked and have horseplay?
Some of the guys would be naked and would be fighting each other.
Like a bona fight?
Like no, like some of the black guys would like fist fight each other.
Oh, naked.
Naked.
Oh, horseplay.
I don't know. It was weird, but the weirdest thing was we had stalls next to each other, like the dumpers. You know, so you'd be sitting next to your friend as he'd be reading the paper, like, yo, give him the sports section. And then you'd flush him because he smelled real bad. Like, dude, flush. You smell, you're terrible. You know?
Do you have a nice size wiener?
I think I'm nice.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
But when you get out, when practice is like 20 degrees and you got your jock on, you take your jock off, sometimes the indentation of the jock would be on your pin, you know what I'm saying? And it would be cold out, so you'd be real small. Sometimes.
I'm saying there's a whole group of guys when I played that were the jocks that didn't care about being naked and were so proud of being naked that they would just do regular stuff naked.
Like walk around naked,
eat naked, fight naked,
and they act like they have clothes on.
Right. Yeah. And some of the guys like
and then wrestle naked. That's a strange area.
That was weird. Naked.
It was weird. Sometimes two guys would get into it.
They didn't even get aroused.
In the shower, and they would be like wrestling around, and everybody would be around yelling at him like, "Yo, kick his ass!"
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
In the shower.
How about feel his ass?
Right.
Rub his ass.
That's a great ass.
You're not doing it right. Let me.
So muscular.
And then sometimes when the guys would be leaving, you throw a little soap on them so they'd have to come back and wash it off.
You know, on the day after my wedding, you know, Jackie slept over in my house.
Yeah.
And right in the middle of the living room is maybe a couple of guys. He just like takes off his clothes, changes, you know, totally naked.
Yeah.
I could never do that.
He doesn't care.
It's
so
true.
normal.
Yo, you were talking about taking number 2. It's a little bit off topic, but when I went down for homecoming, Buckethead was in one of those porta potties, and everyone was lined up to go to the bathroom. Right. So nobody takes a number 2 in a porta potty, right?
Never.
But this kid did. So we opened the door on him.
Not gay, don't worry.
And everybody's waiting to go and take a pee with him. He's like, that's real funny, guys.
Buckethead was moving his mouth, and they opened the door.
First we started kicking it and stuff like that. He's like, real funny, guys. You're such dicks.
Casey was probably the kid who would beat up, do all the games in the shower, towels.
I guarantee
I saw a videotape of Casey used to go around with his buddies. Describe that. He would. Did you ever see this? You gotta watch this. Oh, no. He's such a nut. Didn't you describe that?
What we did was we took condoms, we filled them with ranch dressing,
right?
And we ran around town, and we would throw them at people. We'd ask them for directions and throw them in their face.
Oh.
And this one guy got out of the truck, and this one was sitting in the park.
Old lady.
Old lady. It was bad. And then he gets up and he slips it down the back of his shirt, and you see her in slow motion pulling the thing out. And it's like all this ranch dressing spurts all over the place. And she's holding the condom in her hand. Oh, my God.
I saw the tape of it. You know what's weird? Criminal. It's bordering on criminal.
It was Jackass before Jackass was on.
Oh, my God.
You know what's weird about that?
Yeah, he took a condom with ranch dressing. She pulled out the condom. It was dripping all down.
But, Howard, you know what was weird about that? I remember Casey brought that in. And he thought that this was the funniest tape that ever existed. And everybody started going, you know, that's not right. And all of a sudden Casey was like, well, it was those other guys that did it. I just
he was taking credit for it until he thought I would be. I go, I don't know, man. It don't look right.
Yeah. And another time, these guys were playing tennis. This guy and his wife. And what we used to do is we used to hide in the bushes and make like those sounds. You know, like when you hit the ball and stuff like that. You know, like girly sounds. So whenever the guy would hit the ball, like, ah! You know, like that. And finally, the guy got so mad he threw his racket down and chased us.
That's funny.
That's funny. That's funny.
And then we had this other.
Although the ranch dressing one is kind of funny, but I just had
you don't want to have that done to you.
That little old lady looked real sad.
You know, Casey's so weird. He turned me on to a show on the Learning Channel that I've been TiVoing. That's amazing.
Yeah. It's not the Learning Channel. It's TLC.
That's right.
Okay, you ready for this? It's called People Out of Control.
Right.
And every week it's him with the ranch dressing, except it's not. You know, it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
They showed some guys who got a paint gun and just started driving around and whacking people. Okay, so it's the best show. And I tape it every week. It's wild.
But on the Learning Channel, they must do it under the premise that it's all wrong.
Oh, yeah, but still, he's watching it because it's
Is there a narrator going,
yes,
we're looking at people who are completely out of control?
In this segment, we see people who get really out of control. And then what they do is between segments to make idiots like Casey feel bad about themselves, they get a shrink.
Yeah, shrink.
They get a shrink and a
This
shrink.
person is not
tells you what's
normal.
wrong with them.
They're angry at society and angry at their own parents.
So maybe what this person should do is...
Yeah. And now let's look at a tape of a man who threw condoms down an old lady's back filled with ranch dressing.
Yeah, you should submit your tape.
Yeah, because what's on that show is not off the mark at all.
Yeah, right.
It seemed like my friends
You should submit that tape.
I know my friends want to do it now. They say, hey, let's go throw cherry tomatoes at people. I'm like, dude, we're 25 years old. We get arrested now.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, one more. This guy was laying...
Let's go throw cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, we used to say we had a train, we had a trestle. When a train would come over, we'd get on top of it and wing cherry tomatoes at people in cars.
What do you do now?
This is great. I was sleeping, right? This is the one summer. My friend, this guy's an idiot. He wakes me up and he says, Case, there's a guy sunbathing down at the field. Let's get a bucket of water and throw it on him. So the guy woke me out of bed. It was in the, it was pretty early. It was like 10 or 11. So I'm like, all right, you're nuts. I'll drive. You get out of the car and do it.
Right.
So this guy gets out. He gets a big bucket of water, and we drive down in his truck, and I'm driving. The guy's wearing a Walkman, so he has no idea what's going on. He's laying there. He's getting the sun. My friend gets out of the car, walks up to him, throws the whole bucket of water on him, and the guy doesn't know what hit him. He gets back in the car, and I drive away. It was great.
That's nothing,
Do you
man.
realize how much effort goes into...
Yeah, but you know what? I got to admit, I did some dumb stuff. This guy we knew used to sleep naked when I worked up at the summer camp.
But at least it's somebody you know.
Yeah, this guy used to sleep naked, balls naked. All the kids would go in for lunch. We worked in the kitchen, and he would just go out. While we're supposed to be working, he'd go out on the deck, all right on the water, lay down on the dock, get completely naked with his legs spread, and just like fall asleep and sunbathe. So we got pissed because we're all working. So we took Nair, and we sprayed it all on his, pubes while he was sleeping. And then half hour later, he wakes up. He sees all the white crap all over him. He freaks out. He jumps in the water. When he gets out, he was totally bald. He freaked. You don't even... Because think about it. You don't know what happened to you.
We used to be over my
sleeping naked.
Yeah. It's his fault for being naked.
Right.
Yeah, but I think this guy they doused with the water is a total stranger.
Random.
Oh, yeah.
But he was wearing a Walkman. He was like a foreign guy.
How about the woman who got that ranch dressing down her back?
Strangers.
Oh, and she looked like your grandma. It was so sad.
You don't
used to go over my
they wouldn't do it to me.
But I wonder if she went home and told her family. Did they laugh or did
they like, oh my God, there's a condom.
Trying to go find it.
And she don't know it's ranch dressing.
Right.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with the guys with
She's probably getting AIDS tested.
the guys with the paint gun.
Honey, you don't have AIDS, but you're allergic to salad.
Those guys with the paint gun, the biggest thing, they're lucky they didn't get killed, because what would happen is like a guy would be riding on his bike, and he would just see a gun come out of a car and hear a sound, and the guy would jump off his bike.
Yeah, you get scared.
You think you're getting shot at.
Right.
One time the cops told on us, right? And he filed this one kid back to his house. And he calls me up, and he says, look, there's a cop here, and he wants to talk to you. So I think he's joking.
Yeah.
The cop gets on the phone and says, well, what did you guys just do with the tomatoes? And I said, well, actually, he said, what were you doing with the video camera? Because we used to videotape all this. And I said, actually,
Smart.
what we're doing is...
He's like those guys who rob, bodegas and videotape themselves killing the guys in the bodegas.
So he says, what were you guys doing with the video camera and the cherry tomatoes? And I said, well... We're actually filming a documentary about two homosexual aliens that live out in the Hamptons, and it's a big gay love story, and it's great. Turns out it was a real cop, and he came over to my house. So when he came over, he's like, where's the tape? And I had destroyed it. And at the same time, I just date this girl, and she gets dropped off by her sister. We're still in high school, and there's a cop car in my driveway.
I don't know what he said.
We used to go over to my friend's house, Howard, when my friend's parents weren't home, and we'd order pizza to the house. Pizza. And then we'd go on the roof with eggs. And when the guy showed up to deliver pizza, we would egg the pizza guy.
Pitiful pizza delivery guy. It's not bad enough you have to deliver pizza.
You egg the guy, but would he see you doing it?
We'd be on the roof of the house.
But he didn't see you, right? Then you just hide.
Yeah, we'd egg him and hide.
For the
And then what did you do? Then he rang the bell and you answered the door?
No.
Like,
Yeah, we didn't even pay for the pizza.
We never paid for the pizza.
Animal.
wow.
That's great. And what you do is you get girls to talk to the front door, and you go around back and you steal the pizzas out of his car. Until the guy came back one time.
That's great.
You know what I'm sitting here thinking? You guys are the reason people put those razor blades in the apples on
I know.
Robin, he came back and he said, hey, I don't care that you ate the pizza, just give me the warmer back. It cost me $50.
The delivery guys get lazy and they don't lock the car. They jump out of the car.
Right, they're trying to be fair.
Yeah, I never thought of that. You guys would sneak into the car while the girls kept them busy?
The girls
why
would just
would
talk to
you
him like,
pay
hey,
for
how you doing?
How many pizzas would you get out of there?
We'd just like take 2 pizzas or something like that, and,
Right.
and when he came back, who ate the pizza? We all had sauce on our face.
All bloated.
Yeah, we didn't do it, man.
Iggy, you're on the air.
Hey, you guys are freaking nuts, man. Yeah, well, I was in school back in the early 70s. There's some guy, we called him Filthy Nye. He stank like hell before gym class. And the only way this guy'd get a shower is after we were all done showering. We'd throw him in the shower and block the doorway. We wouldn't let him out until he was done scrubbing.
That's like what do they call it?
I was afraid that would be me because I knew that the jocks would find out that I wasn't showering.
Right.
But for some reason,
this guy was really bad. We called his mother Pincushion.
Why is that?
She got stabbed so frickin' often.
Really? You guys were very sensitive. Wow.
Sounds like a great place.
Well, you know what the jocks used to do in my school? They used to put the freshmen naked in like a big cardboard box and tape them up and then put them in the shower. And the only way the guy gets out is when the water finally gets all the cardboard mushy
Wet.
up, they can break out.
And to be naked.
Yeah, but
there's a lot of jocks do a lot of naked stuff.
They are very cruel and vicious, jocks.
Tim, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Me and my friends, about a couple months ago, we were driving down the road, and we had a car loaded full of soup cans, and we were throwing them Mexican.
What?
He takes, dude. You shouldn't be. First of all, you could go to jail. That's racial.
Yeah, we got in trouble for it, but
they're throwing soup cans. Throwing soup cans at Mexicans.
You can kill somebody with a soup can.
We used to do all kinds of stuff. We had like frozen oranges.
Meanwhile, probably the Mexican guys. The Mexican guys were like, "Wow, it's a great country. They feed you. They feed you right on the side of the road."
We also had a paintball gun too, and we had a few people. Like one lady, she was going to her mailbox to get something, and we fired it and exploded in her hair. She had like a fro. That was like the funny thing.
There's a lot of crazy high. That's why you're walking down the street. You never know what's going to happen to you.
That's why kids can't trick or treat anymore.
Yeah, it's bad.
You know what the big thing
decided to fight back.
You know what the big thing up by me is? I see it. Everyone's got the mailboxes at the bottom of the driveway. You know, the old-fashioned mailboxes. Yeah. And you drive down and you see that somebody's clearly been by with a baseball bat.
Yeah, right.
Playing mailbox baseball.
Yeah, we used to play a game called Cholito the Guido.
Yeah.
Like Taco Bell used to have these things called Cholitos.
Right.
So we used to get some of them and throw them at like Italians, and they would wear like the IROC.
At Italians. Wow.
Cholito the Guido.
So throw them at an IROC.
Cholito the Guido.
Like guys just walking around town, just winging at them. Guy like wearing a tank top. Cholito the Guido.
I don't even want to be.
Now, what age did you start tormenting your peers?
Man. He's an angry guy. Casey's the angry jock.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, we're going to Cholito the Guido.
And the fire extinguishers. That was a good one, too.
What?
Yeah, everybody.
My friend took his fire extinguisher and stole one time. We go to drive-thru like McDonald's and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and when the poor woman would give us like a hamburger, someone would blast her in the face and she would get bucked back like 5 feet.
That's a standard one, Howard. That's a standard one.
We kept climbing out of the Burger King window after us, chasing after a car. Like, what the hell is he going to do? And we're spraying him as he's chasing.
And they're all white.
They're all white.
That's so wrong.
That is so wrong. All of this is wrong.
First of all, they're doing it to poor people who are just like, I hate being in this stupid Burger King outfit. I hate having to deliver pizza.
Oh,
and
man.
Getting egged and
by the way, like the Learning Channel, I'm presenting this so people know what to look out for. Joe, go ahead. You're on the air.
We were kids, Robin.
Yeah, Howard.
Naive.
Yeah.
Naive.
Hello?
Yeah.
One of the funny things I ever did was we had this really mean guy in our block when I was a kid. The guy used to throw water on the street, throw crap on the street so we couldn't play in front of his house. A couple years later, we went back. We hired a couple of Mexicans when the guy left for work to break up his whole front sidewalk.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like you hire them and say, hey, listen, I want
you to do some work.
I want some work on my house.
Exactly.
Oh, that's wrong. Oh, man.
That's good.
All right, thank you. Well, let me tell you, all this stuff is hijinks. It's all wrong.
just remember this old lady would be like, hey, outside of Pathmark, and they would get about to square it and say, hey, did you get any bargains today? And then they'd blast her with a fire extinguisher.
Listen.
He's so happy.
He wouldn't do it to me, though.
You get old.
Only to be back in college.
Howard,
I tell you about it.
You learned so much.
I did.
This guy got 800 on his boards.
No, I didn't get 800.
And you wonder why he was...
What'd you get, 840?
790.
Oh, you got 790?
No, 820.
820.
I got 790 PSAT, and I did better, and I got 820.
Howard, when you were like in 8th
class, too.
When you were like in 8th grade, did you...
class, you got... Imagine, probably went to like Stanley Kaplan. Goes, well, what'd you get on your first SAT? 790. And he's like, well, what do you think we're going to do for you? Well, let's say we get you up 50 points.
No, actually, you know what? I think it was the other way around. I think I got the high score on the PSAT, and I took the class at the Jewish Center, and I got a it was 790.
You got stupider. Jews.
The Jewish.
You got stupider.
You get 600 for signing your name.
No, you don't. You get 200
on each test.
You probably figured Jews could make you smart.
Yeah, right.
The Jews must know something.
The Jew's head exploded. He couldn't believe it. He goes, I can't help this guy.
Howard, when you were in junior high school and you were walking down the hall, did anybody ever come and just knock your books out from behind you?
No.
That was Casey, though.
No.
You had to.
It wasn't.
I think they thought I was just odd in my high school. When people didn't pick on me, and they didn't.
You were missed by everybody.
Yeah, and they just didn't pay attention to me.
Yeah.
See, we had a woman in my school that I still think about all the time. I really feel sorry for her. I wonder whatever happened to her. She made the mistake. She was not an attractive woman to start, and she made the mistake of saying she was a Buddhist and that she worshipped cows. And I remember people would just drive down the block and throw stuff at her and call her a cow lover. And they used to go, hey, there goes the cow. And she was one of those chicks that would just take it. You know, it was like, don't worry.
Yeah, you could just
I could take it.
Yeah. Well, what do you do? Yeah. High school, I was ignored.
That's probably better, because otherwise you could have been...
I'm definitely peaking now.
The brunt of his shenanigans.
I know guys who peaked in high school.
Oh, I know
they
a lot
were
of
the coolest guys in high school, and now they're losers.
You're looking at one there.
I know a guy who
I peaked in college.
Yeah,
somebody called a fake, bomb threat in my high school, and when they corralled all the kids out of school, one of the teachers had a heart attack and died.
Wow.
And it was a fake thing.
Yeah.
Heart attack?
Yeah. No, it wasn't. It was just
fake
like a
bomb.
Yeah, because in my high school, everyone always did the fake bomb scares to get out of school.
It was a fake thing.
Pizza.
We used to get on a
vodka and pizza
and throw eggs at the.
Hey, Howard, I used to have
delivery glass.
Standard.
Okay.
I used to have 2 dogs, and I used to have to clean up after them.
Yeah.
So I'd have to save all the dog turd in these garbage bags, right? So one day I get the great idea. I said, I'm not going to touch the dog crap, but I'm going to get gloves. Right. So I pick a little nugget and wing it at my brother when he came home from school.
He deserved it.
Throw dog crap at him.
Nice.
That's funny.
Such joy. It's great.
These are like the happy childhood memories I have.
Yeah. You know, there was always a guy in the neighborhood that was a little disturbed. The guy around the corner from me put out his pumpkin. And you remember how kids would always steal pumpkins?
Yeah.
He used to spend all day. He would tap in straight pins backwards.
By the way?
He would what?
Tap in straight pins backwards. You know,
right.
in
the pumpkin?
Yeah. Right. So it was like a big pin cushion except backwards.
Right.
And then he'd sit there and wait. All of a sudden you hear somebody stealing the pumpkin.
Oh, that's great.
That's great.
That's funny.
Yeah, keep your hands off my pumpkin.
Yeah. I know one year my dad got pissed because kids were egging his house.
like in that movie?
Yeah.
Can't Buy Me Love?
Yeah, right. So, I don't know. He did something weird to some of those kids. I think I blocked it out. All I know is they stopped egging the house.
What do you think
Don't mess with my own man.
Go back and dig up that yard.
He got him.
How did he know it was there? Oh, he saw him outside?
He raped him. No, I don't know. Somehow they stopped.
Stop crying.
That's not the house to do
Stop
it.
crying and bend over.
I used to sock houses. You ever do that on Halloween?
Yeah.
Fill up a
with
bag.
flour?
Yeah, fill up a bag of chalk and socks.
Oh, yeah.
I was a little kid, though.
It's harmless. It washes away.
I don't know, but then I got
soaping was the bad thing. Cause
soap in what? The house?
Yeah, soap in the house. And
egg in the house is the worst.
Egging was bad, too.
It's the worst. It's over. You can't get egg off your house. That's real bad.
They used to egg the cars.
No, I saw them. They took a Volkswagen Beetle in my neighborhood. And, you know, there's a lot of shaving cream in those little cans. Yeah. And you used to get those little fly windows open, and you just kept squirting it. They would fill up the VW with shaving cream.
Oh, that's funny.
We came out to the bus one day. We saw that. We cried.
David, you're on the air.
Yeah, Howard, I used to be a players rep for the Dallas Cowboys, and they used to have a rookie night where they take out the rookies at training camp to this bar called Nail and Bash. They would get the rookie really drunk and sloppy to the point where they'd have a friend of theirs staged in the corner of the room, a big black guy, and they'd tell him, whatever you do not get so out of shape here that you pass out. That guy's known to take people. He's under investigation. Long story short is they'd get the guy so drunk where they'd actually knock him out. They'd bring him up to this hotel that's a block away. They'd strip him naked in bed, wipe Vaseline all over his ass, and put Red Hot, which is this heat cream, in their crack. They would not tell the rookie anything. So the next day in training camp, he would show up, and no one would say anything during the entire training camp.
That's a great one.
Yes, they wouldn't tell him till later.
Vaseline and Red Hot. And the last thing he remembers is there was a big black guy. They said, "Be careful, don't get too drunk, because he's out to rape the players."
And no one would say anything until the end of training camp. So for 3 months, the guy's just in agony, thinking that he got split.
Oh, that's great. Probably at the doctor getting checked. Yeah, that's a good one. Thanks.
I'll give you a great one. Ratso wrote a book about the New York Rangers, and in the late 70s, what they would do to the rookies is they had this old rusty razor that they kept around just for the rookies, and it was old and rusty, hadn't been sharpened forever, and they would get the rookies naked. They would duct tape their feet together and their arms together, and then they would just shave their private areas. Oh. Wow. It was like really painful.
See, that ain't funny.
I know.
That's a little gay.
Yeah, that's gay.
You even know that.
Yeah, even Casey knows it. What is it, Ganji?
Can I tell you one? We used to have this.
Listen to Ganji's voice. What happened to you?
I went skiing, and I think from like skiing up in the snow and everything, I lost my voice.
From skiing, he got the voice.
Skiing is known to hurt your voice.
Yeah, people get. Yeah, I know a guy. I know a guy skied into a tree and died. His name was Sonny Bono, but
it was cold and it was snowy, and I was out skiing.
He skis on his voice.
Dude, it's probably because you didn't sleep and you eat all the wrong things. That's why your voice is all screwed up.
That could probably be it too. Let me tell you. Wait, let me tell you the story.
Just step on those 2 feet right there.
Let me just tell you the story. I weigh a lot.
218?
Are you over 218?
Yeah, oh yeah.
230?
Oh yeah. No, I don't think
step on the scale. Let's see what you weigh.
His big shoes.
Let's see.
Oh my. Wow. Oh my, get out of the way.
Wait, stand still. 235. 236.
I have shoes on. I have big shoes on.
All right, take 5 pounds off.
Let me tell you this story. Get off my weight. So
let's get back to your voice.
When we were kids, we had this Indian family that lived next door to us. Yes. And they used to pickle stuff outside in these big jars.
They pickle stuff?
Yeah, all the time. So we used to empty the jars out and then go number 1 in the jars.
Casey's laughing.
And then we'd always
see, that's terrible.
We always had this one kid that hung out with us that we always hated, but we liked having him around because he was fun to goof on.
Right. So sort of like you with us.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So like we'd make him go out and buy us beer, and then we'd always take 1 beer out, empty it out, and then we'd go number 1 in it, and then close it back up, and then put it back in the case.
Oh my God. That's nice.
That's a big athlete.
I hope they gave the pickled food to your mom. Oh, Mrs. Ganji. We'd like to give you some of our pickled food.
Ready for your fat son.
Hey, Ganji, did you get any skiing?
No.
You skied?
Yeah, I snowboarded.
Where'd you go?
Mount Snow.
Oh, you're the fag who can't ski and you snowboard?
No, I can ski. I just don't want it anymore.
And you got laid?
I'm snowboarding.
No, you didn't get laid.
No, I didn't get laid.
What happened?
Another fruitless adventure.
I woke up with Vaseline and
I didn't go out. We stayed in the house.
But even the people on the trip, there's nobody you could bang on a trip?
No.
Who'd you go with?
Just like friends I grew up with.
Guys?
Guys and a couple of their girlfriends.
Oh, all friends.
Oh, they had girlfriends.
Probably everybody else was having sex. Ganji's watching.
It must suck planning a trip in advance for New Year's Eve knowing that there's no chance you're going to get laid.
Well, we didn't go out. So, because it was snowing the whole time, so it's hard to go out up there.
You're single, though, what you plan a trip that you can...
With this girl.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
It's something me and my friends have done every year for the last 10 years, and it's like a kind of...
So you ever got laid for 10 years in a row?
No, I mean, there's times I have,
The only reason you go skiing is to hang out afterwards, get drunk, and then score. I mean, that's the whole thing.
That's it. That's the party.
Ganji didn't learn that.
It was snowing the whole time.
Dude, even I know that. I'm just recently single.
You can't get laid when it's snowing outside?
No, because we didn't go out. We stayed in our house.
We. What about you? They had girls.
Dude, they had girls.
Ask a girl that you're friendly with. Hey, you want to go skiing with us? Come on up. Hang out. I mean, you got to make some opportunities.
I didn't take anybody.
I know.
Yeah, you know
Dude,
how hard
you're a
it is to
unit.
get laid when you're snowed in, can't do anything but drink all day.
I mean,
It's
right.
hard to get laid that
Yeah,
way.
right. You're out, snowboarding. You're drinking. You don't want to get laid at night. You're too tired.
How do you not hit on the girls that are skiing? How do you not just go, hey,
there's nobody on the mountain.
Say, hey, what are you doing tonight?
No, we went to a gay mountain.
They're strangers.
Yeah, we found a mountain with lots of guys.
So how long have you been on ski patrol? I don't know. I'm crazy.
It's called Mount Men.
So you operate the chairlift? Very cute.
Dude, you didn't...
There's got to be somebody working there.
Why is that sound so crazy?
There were no girls at the mountain?
No, there was, I'm sure, but I was skiing.
You skied right past it.
Yeah.
And dude, don't you lose any weight doing all that activity?
Big fatso on a snowboard.
Yeah, right. Big fat giant snowman.
Skis with a sandwich.
You want to know a great way to get laid at a ski mountain?
Yeah. How do you get laid at a ski mountain?
When you go up on a chairlift, right?
Go ahead.
Generally, you go up in pairs.
Right.
There's a singles line. You get behind a cute chick on the singles line. They go single or something, and then you just get on.
Right.
You know what?
There's no desire.
I was snowboarding by myself, and I did that, but no one ever got on the chair.
But you got to sort of
Only guys got on the chairlift with me.
Yeah, you got to look at the line and match it up.
They show you weigh 236. They say we're not getting in with them.
Chair tilts.
I break.
The chair was hanging left.
Excuse me, girls. I'm a big, fat, horny, jolly jerk. Let's go. Let's have fun.
But can you stop on that snowboard once you start, or is it zip right down the hill?
That thing doesn't zip anywhere.
Times and get up and
then when you were done,
you just stop on various parts of the slope just to talk to people.
How do you pick up chicks, though, when you sound like Joan Rivers?
Yeah, I know. But then when you're done, right, everybody's done for the day. Don't you go inside to the lodge with the big giant bar?
Yeah, what goes on at the lodge?
No, we went back home.
But why would you do that?
Because it was snowing. It was like a blizzard, and we didn't want to get stuck down.
At the lodge with all the girls.
In the bar with all the girls.
Yeah, you don't want to get stuck at the bar with the girls.
Yeah, because at midnight you might actually have to kiss one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they might take you home with them.
What was that?
Me and Stein once went to the lodge, and in like 10 minutes we were invited to a whole party with a bunch of chicks.
Right.
And it's so easy because everybody wants to party.
That's what you go there.
Like Angie.
It's the Hamptons.
Angie had to get home.
I want to go watch the Weather Channel in my room. I wasn't alone. I wasn't like.
I need to get back.
I have to find out how much.
Dude, so you walk away from the group.
Make your own way.
We. You're not a we. You're alone.
I was with a group of people, and this is what we were doing.
What did the other guys? The other guys didn't want to get laid either?
No, some were with their girlfriends, some were,
What about the single guys?
I don't think there was I think there was one. There was like one single.
It was
guy.
all couples and you.
So you send them home and catch up with. There's a couple single girls who I grew up with.
So don't they want to go? Don't they want to mess around with you?
No, the girls like no.
Keep them around for bait. You bring them to the bar.
Were you attracted to any of the girls?
No.
So why'd you say to them, let's all go to the lodge? You'll be there with a group of chicks, you're talking.
It sounds like the girls look like Angie.
Yeah.
Rent a snowmobile.
All they wanted to do was sit in the house and drink.
In the house and not have sex?
Yeah. They're not going to have sex with me. They've known me 100 years.
Right. Even girls who get drunk and don't want to have sex with you for fun.
Yes.
That's a life story.
Like sometimes girls are like, you know what the hell, Ganji's here.
Like
I'm drunk and horny.
How do you know? You got to get them drunk.
I'll bet you, Howard.
I've been with them when they've been totally drunk, and they're not like that.
I'll bet you.
You're not like that.
Exactly. I bet you've got a hold of one of those girls that they probably would say,
I need to talk to these girls.
If Ganji would make the littlest move, I might think about
Right,
it.
because he never asks.
No.
You are a douchebag. You're a douche.
They think you're gay again.
I am not a douche. Why must
You're a douche, wrapped up like a douche, a runner in the night.
I went skiing with a bunch of
You're
my
a
friends.
douche.
Why must I?
You're a douche. That's all there is to it. You're a douche.
You know, he doesn't realize
that I'm a douche.
guys ask over and over and over again the same girls.
Oh, that's how John got.
Yeah.
If that's all there's there,
That's how
you
John
keep
got married.
That's how John got his first girlfriend.
I know. You know what? Karen rejected you, 50,000 times?
Karen had the producer of the Channel 9 show pull me aside and tell me never to go near her again.
And you went out with her for how many years?
For 3 years.
Yeah.
He wore her down. That's what you
Yeah, he doesn't realize that guys ask a million times.
You know what your problem is? You take no for an answer.
What an idiot I am.
But when you're sitting there like with those girls and they're all drinking, and even though they're your friends, like, hey, what for the night? What the hell?
Do you
Are they
ever
that?
put your arm around
I've kind of thrown it out, but they're all like, yeah, all right, get away from me.
Does the subject sex ever come up in the conversation?
How do you throw it out? Tell me how you threw it out.
from
I'll be
across
like-
the room?
I'd be like, all right, let's say to my friend, I have my friend Janine. I'll be like, all right, hey, listen, you're alone. You know, I'm alone. Why don't we go upstairs? Why don't we hook up?
No.
I don't know. Why don't we hook up?
Look,
Dude, have you ever crawled into bed with a girl? Just crawl into bed like your friends, and you're like, oh, it's really cold. Do you mind if I get in?
Yeah.
Let me massage your feet.
Hey, would you like the pink hot dog?
Well, you're not thinking.
Marshmallows
off your belly.
They don't think of you like that?
No.
No.
They don't know he has a penis.
I'm a snow bunny.
You know, you're a girl. I should stick something in you.
Let's hot pepper him.
Let's put Vaseline on him.
And red hot.
And the red hot.
He's asexual.
Yeah.
Hey, it doesn't seem like
How would you?
friends are going to go for me.
How
My
would you?
friends for
Of course they don't see me because they're friends, but then all of a sudden you turn them into girlfriends.
Right,
You can't even get a kiss off of them, I bet.
No, I can kiss them.
No, I meant a real kiss.
Oh, I'm sure if I just went up to them and said, kiss me, they'll kiss me, but just
No, I meant a real kiss.
Well, then take it as a goof. Maybe they'll like it.
Start somewhere.
You got to start.
Kiss him.
Let's play spin the meatball.
Spin the what?
Spin the meatball. Can't you tell me at least you do yourself, so I know that there's some drive in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross. I didn't need to know that.
Oh, you did yourself at the ski lodge? At night?
No, I didn't.
I'm trying to make sure he's alive.
Yeah.
You know?
When was the last time that you got it, Kenj?
I told you, it's been a while. It's been like, I think like almost a year.
Were you 0 for 2000?
He's single and he works for the Stern Show.
Yeah.
What?
Did you get fellatio at least?
No.
I've hooked up a couple times, yeah.
What's that mean?
No, he hasn't gotten fellatio, to answer the question.
He said he didn't get laid. Maybe he got...
No, he didn't.
There, no.
No, anywhere.
No,
Anywhere.
In the first year?
No,
Yeah.
tell the truth.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
How much did it cost?
You got oral?
How much did it cost?
You didn't get oral. I got to take a break. I'm sickened by you.
Oh, God.
All
I don't
right.
understand why it's so hard.
Here's what I don't understand.
Why is it so hard?
You're at a ski resort.
Right.
You're single.
Right.
Okay, the girls you're with are your friends, whatever.
Right.
Take them, go drink at the ski lodge where the parties happen.
Usually what we do. It was snowing the whole time we were
So it's a ski lodge.
No, we were staying.
So what's the worst that happens? You get snowed in with the girls.
A bunch of people you don't know and might
I
have
need a
chance.
lift. Come to my house.
Fun,
We're having
fun,
a party.
fun.
It's not. We were
Chicks.
staying like 20 minutes away, up on a hill. No one wants to drive you that
Take
far.
a cab.
It's Vermont. There's no cabs
Yes,
like
there-
it's like
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
There's a way.
Yeah.
Ask a girl for a ride home.
Exactly.
There are cabs there.
Take your stupid surfboard and surf home.
Go with them.
Yeah.
Paddle up the hill.
Just give me something. It doesn't seem like going away for a few days was like that hard not to.
Well, once
Dude, it's been a year.
Once you spent 364 of them alone, what's another day?
Right, exactly.
I'm on a roll.
I'm having fun with myself.
Steady record.
I enjoy me.
I'm going steady with me.
No one else enjoys me. I enjoy me.
I'm having sex with the one I love.
You used to tell us how all the girls love him.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Get on
you
mic.
can get any girl.
you know, Kenji used to tell me and Robin, that all the girls love him. He could easily get women. And
Hey, kids, what happened to the girl from the E-party, the Christmas party?
Right, he didn't see her.
I don't know.
Did you ever call her?
She was eliminated. We've been away since then.
She won't call
Maybe
me.
she wanted to go skiing.
Exactly.
No, she's not good enough.
She couldn't come to the lodge.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.